All right, everyone. Welcome to the Staying Conscious podcast. Here again, season 2. We're back at it. And today I have a guest who is actually living in Korea. And, this woman is someone I met when I was living in Korea. And I was looking for life coaches. And a friend of mine recommended this woman. And we met up and she gave me huge insights about the topic of coaching in Korea. And Songhyang, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. And just it's very honor to be here to join this interview.
Perfect. Yes. So you call yourself an artist coach, which is quite a unique title, I have to say. What is that all about? Like, what does it mean being an artist coach?
I work to coach just very creative people just who are, a little more dedicated and sensitive than others.
All right.
So my blog and Instagram are also named Artist Coach, as you just told.
Right.
But just that word artist include not only those who are real professional artists, but also those who just want to live their lives as themselves.
Right.
I believe that everyone is an artist. I don't know what you think, but I think we are all artists of life who draw their lives on white drawing paper, just their life given by God.
Right.
Yeah, so I think the role of the coach is a partner that helps each coaching client to listen to their inner side and take actual related action. So that they can live their own unique work and life in the artwork to be carried out.
That's a very interesting explanation, a very in-depth explanation about coaching and specifically artist coaching, like you mentioned, because you're totally right. Like, we're all artists of life, even if perhaps I'm not good at painting or being an quote unquote artist. In a way, I am a sort of artist in the way that I do my things in life, just like you are and just like everyone else is. And finding that inner artist is, is it difficult? Do you think? Like, do you think people sometimes have a difficult time finding that inner essence?
Yes. Just including me also. So we sometimes face some difficulties of lives.
Absolutely. So how did you get into all of this? When did it start?
Okay. Maybe I first learned about coaching in 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, it has been 11 years since I did this job. But yeah, it all happened by chance. But when it passed, I realized that it was my life, my destiny. My spirit soul led this job. Actually, I have been interested in life and death since childhood.
Okay.
So I always thought about how to live and what it is like to die.
Heavy topics.
Yeah, a little bit heavy topics. So I think it's just that's why I was a little lonely. But perhaps that is why I have always been a little more mature than my friends.
Oh.
Yeah. But then I met coaching. I intuitively felt that this coaching contained the core of something I had been contemplating for over 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so and I gradually fell into the charm of coaching. Yeah,
I see.
that's my story.
Is coaching a big thing in Korea?
Mm, uh, actually, till now, almost the people doesn't understand what coaching means.
Oh,
But just it maybe it was 20 years as when coaching just came to Korean, I think.
oh, so it's quite new. Quite new.
Yeah, a little bit new. So we have to introduce what coaching is till now.
Right, right. But then you got a good start. Like you were at least in that. I mean, did you know any other coaches once you got started? I mean, how they got into it, or like what was the kind of network that you created, and how what challenges did you face doing that?
Mm. Maybe. First of all, till now, as I told you, just there are only a few people just understand what coaching is, and just starting. I think just to everyone starting a new business is not easy.
Right.
Yeah, so it's same to me. Just starting my coaching business is also not easy things till now. But I told you I felt strong attraction to coaching.
Right.
That's why I could run my coaching business till now.
I see. So what was it about the coaching specifically that really motivated you? Like, what was the thing inside of it? Because you said that it connected to you and something that you had been feeling. For those perhaps who don't really know that much about coaching, like it's basically about, asking the right questions to make sure that the person you're communicating with gets insights for themselves, that they have the answer within them. But what was it specifically for you that motivated you to get going with this thing and take it to the level that you have taken it now?
Wow. Very strong passion.
Okay.
I think just my favorite is the philosophy of coaching.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. It is a story about the perspective of how to view human beings and how just a coach believe who human beings are. Yeah, I was totally passionate by it, and its power has made me do this job of coaching so far. When we coach, look at one human being like coaching client, just with such that philosophy, just the change of energy between the two, just coach and client at the same time is truly amazing. Yeah, so even though just a coach just look at it that way, just coaching clients is already trying to start a change. So I like this part of coaching the best.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. The philosophy behind coaching. Well, how can coaching help people? Or more, even better question, like how has it helped the people that you have coached?
That's also kind of stern question. A very core point. Okay. I believe that the power of coaching arises from the relationship between the coach and the client.
Yeah.
The coaching relationship created together helps clients change, I believe that. And, just coaching aims for horizontal partnership, right? Same as just partnership. And in that equal relationship, just a deep, mature trust is based. So in such a safe relationship, clients try and challenge things that are sometimes not easy when they try it alone.
Right.
Okay. So suddenly, just I think of him, who is an American male coach.
All right.
I met in Seoul 9 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, just he said that if life is the stage for experimenting, just the coaching relationship and just like the coaching scene are like a laboratory.
Right.
Yeah. So as a client, our clients meet just with us coach to share what they have learned from what they have experimented with in their lives, and then share what they will try or experiment to live the life they really want to live. So it's like making an experiment plan, like an action plan of coaching. Yeah, then he or she, our clients, goes back to their lives and experimented again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the power of experiment really comes from the power of the relationship between the coach and the client.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it happens in a relationship that is, safe, trustworthy, and deeply supportive.
Very true. Right.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
I totally agree there. And the client, of course, has to feel like they can trust the coach so that they dare to express themselves, because that's, I think, the biggest obstacle sometimes for people, that they are too afraid to admit who they actually are. And
That's right.
if they keep something, within themselves, of course, they should not just pour everything out at once. It's the job of the coach to kind of pick out those things through the right questions. But there has to be a willingness also to kind of sacrifice a little bit of yourself, a little bit of your ego, a little bit of what might go wrong. You know what I mean? And like you said, that's exactly how it works in life. That's even how it works in science, like in the laboratory, through experimenting, because we need the trial and error. We need to see what goes right, what goes wrong. And then everything does not have to go right, because it won't. It will never just be a straight path towards success, or what you might define as success. There will be many different obstacles along the way. So the coach right there is a great opportunity to kind of be able to use that power to jump over those obstacles, get closer to your goal all the time. And I think that's a very admirable thing that you do, helping people with that. So it's a great respect to you and the choice that you've made. But I'm still curious, like, you've had a passion for philosophy and this and that. Is that something that has been caused by any experience that you've had, or is it something that you felt that you were born with?
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Let me speak just truthfully now.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe that my experience with the God who I
Yeah.
believe that he created me.
Right.
The best experience among them was, childbirth.
Okay.
I delivered my first child very naturally.
Uh-huh.
I refrained from, getting accelerators or giving birth because I believe that when God created my body, he had already designed the ability to give birth.
Yeah.
I know recently many people just have been distant from natural birth and are giving birth to induction. Yeah, I know. But before I got married, I already studied coaching and did a coaching business.
Yeah.
So through this, I had a deep experience of the power of coaching, especially the philosophy of coaching I mentioned. So based on this, I came to have a deeper trust in myself, my life, and the great truth of life.
Yeah.
So in 2013, I gave birth to my first son. Just in those colic times, I could feel the presence of God and the power within me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have had many experiences while raising my son. Yeah, and those experiences taught me it's like a coaching philosophy,
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone is already whole from birth, and the answer to their worries is already in the deep unconsciousness.
Yeah.
So all we have to do in our lives is to believe in the power of wisdom, to train ourselves to deal with our own unconsciousness and to achieve the self-actualization that Carl Jung said.
Yes.
Yeah, in our own life, this is through consciousness of the unconscious.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Becoming
Yeah,
aware of what we're not aware of. Yeah,
That's
that
sure.
ability right there is like if a person can master that, it's wow, it can take them to great heights. So how does one really become aware of that? How does one become aware of the unconscious? How does one bring out who they are? Is it because they remember their past experiences? Is it like the psychodynamic perspective of that? Is it more that they realize who they are in the present moment and that they're already complete? Or is it that they realize their future, their life purpose, whatever you want to call it? Like, how does that come about? How does that happen?
Very interesting question. Maybe just your question reminds me how important just we are awakened to everything.
Yep.
As actually for me, I love to write down something as just what I think or what comes to me suddenly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. And just actually, that is a very, very important point. I believe that just we have to believe that we are whole beings, just who has already just biggest wisdom just in our, I don't know, just bodies. I don't know.
Let's just say
in our consciousness. I don't know. But just I believe that. Just we are greatest being just who has own wisdom inside. Just when we believe that, just we can try to listen our inner story. So like just writing some stories or just meditating. I don't know.
right.
Yeah, first of all, we have to believe that just who we are.
Yeah, that's a very good starting point right there, and it's a very crucial one. It's a very important one because most of our problems, perhaps, or at least our mental problems, they come from this lack of completeness. We believe that we are not complete. We believe that there is always something extra to get, something out there that we can look for that's going to fulfill us sometime in the future, whatever. But starting that already there, if we have that mindset, that's already the wrong mindset. Well, it's not the wrong mindset, but it can lead us down a very negative path, unfortunately. So having that as the starting point, as you said, to know that we are complete already changes the entire thing, because right there and then we don't become desperate to fulfill ourselves. Instead, we have a higher perspective, we have a higher consciousness, and whatever answers that we are looking for our problems, we will always have that meta perspective of everything, and we can be even more clear to know who we are and become even more wiser and find that real wisdom within us, like you said. And so that's an amazing perspective right there on how we should start. Of course, it's difficult sometimes for people to realize that they are complete. Words don't make it justice, so to speak. But that's also a process on its own, right? To
that's right.
To realize that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So are there any inspiring people around you right now, or some teachers that you have been following that have inspired you, that have made you into a better person, or has developed your coaching? Are there any specific people that you're thinking about that have inspired you in that sense?
Maybe Carl Gustav Jung.
Yeah.
Always just inspires me.
Going very classical. I like that.
Yeah, that's right. I want to answer some special answers, but
right.
Yeah, but just listening to the question just reminds me of 4 books. I was helped by, Elizabeth Scribbler's book, just life lessons.
Okay.
And just just Paulo Coelho, Alchemist. Yeah. And Julia Cameron, just Artist's Way. And my favorite, teacher, Carl Jung. Carl
Jung, of course.
Yeah, autobiography. That's my favorite books. Actually, before I met those books, I had vague stories about what life was to be thought and realized by myself, and how to live such a life. But just after meeting those 4 books, I was relieved and happy to think that there were colleagues who thought the same about the enlightenment with me. And it gave me great confidence in my enlightenment. So
Right.
I would highly recommend them to you.
Yeah, for sure. And everyone who will be listening as well, write down those books. And of course, Carl Jung is a very popular person within the field of psychology.
That's right. Very classic person.
Yeah, and I like that. Myself, Abraham Maslow is one of the people within humanism who I've really been inspired by in the whole hierarchy of needs thing, and that self-actualization and stuff. Also, some modern day teachers like Leo Gura is one of them. He has a very popular YouTube channel, and he talks about extremely deep topics. He is also a former life coach, so he's also good at that. And I love like spiritual topics, enlightenment, spiritual awakening, meditation. I love that. I also love extremely like strategic things, like strategic planning, and how we can like find our life purpose and implement that into our daily life as a habit, and make creating things out of nothing, really being a magician of your own life. I love that.
Yeah, actually, I can understand why we met, why we connected now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But you know, people who because when I got started with coaching, I thought it was very difficult. You know, sometimes, especially in Sweden, and Sweden is a great country for coaching. But it was quite difficult, first of all, to find people to connect to, and secondly, to find clients. I guess that's a problem, a universal problem as a coach.
Universal problem.
But still, you know, there are many struggles and so on. But I think that everyone should be a coach. Like, even if people don't certify as a professional coach, knowing the skills of coaching can help us tremendously in our lives, because knowing how to ask ourselves the right questions, that right there, that introspection that's like total power for ourselves. And I'm actually writing a book right now called Be Your Own Coach, and I've been doing this now for like over a year, and I've been quite busy, so I haven't really been able to resume writing the book, but I will start again pretty soon. And in the book, I talk about coaching principles, but how to use it for yourself in a strategic way. So everyone listening, if you guys are interested in checking out this book later, please do so. I'm wondering about you, like, is there any specific project that you're working on right now that you want to tell the audience, or anything else that you want to, like, how can people find you, and how can people know more about what you do?
Yes. Okay. Actually, recently I opened my YouTube channel.
Okay. Nice.
The name is Self Coaching Lab.
Yep.
But the Korean name is 자문자답. That means in Korean, just ask myself and just find my own answer. That means 자문자답. So yeah, but you know, just it is very new to me, so it is difficult to just study, to edit some video, or you know, but just I already started to open. So if you find out about myself more, just try to connect, just open your Instagram and artistcoach.heeso, HEESO.
Yep.
Or just try to connect to YouTube, just Self Coaching Lab. Yeah. That's
Perfect.
how you find me.
Great. And I'm very happy that you wanted to join this podcast. It's been very intense and very fulfilling and very enlightening, I have to say. Thank you a lot. Any last words that you want to mention? Anything else that you want to bring about?
Right now, I am deeply grateful for the relationship between the two of us.
Right.
Just it is very amazing, and
Yeah.
I wish you prosperity in everything you wish to do. And we hope that the Corona-19 virus is over and we can meet again in Korea.
Yeah.
Or maybe there are days when I go to Sweden. Or let's meet at the International Coaching Federation Global Coaching Conference some days.
Right.
Yeah, some days. So it is a great honor to have a conversation with you. And this interview is also an experience I have never imagined.
Oh, wow.
So let's do our coaching business in our own seats. And thank you one more time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And everyone listening, thank you for listening. And if you like this podcast, make sure that you subscribe to it on Spotify or iTunes, Apple Podcaster. And also follow my Instagram on Conscious Motivations and check out the website consciousmotivations.org for coaching and exclusive content. Thank you very much. And remember to stay conscious.